for them to play than trainers. And in that sense, I feel like they should put themselves in better positions than they put themselves in on train. You might argue that doesn't mean they're going to put themselves in good positions, but they should be better positions in comparison. So NRG are going to start on the CT side as well. So I hope Complexity has something up their sleeve, Dan. Yes. I hope they have a T side. Yes,
I mean, we saw without a roof yesterday, their T side, they chose to start T on Mirage because they had a really phenomenal T side. Lots of strats, lots of coordination, lots of set pieces. Hope that it's the same story for Complexity here, but they will be going for the contact play into B, it would appear. So we'll have to see if they can actually get into this site and get the bomb down. There goes some smoke. So they'll throw some smokes with it. Ooh, Def running past the player. Boom! That is Legia now running around without a head.
Wow, jump into B, exit short, move into A. It seems to be the play, Dan. And they have a lurker in Palace as well. But is it going to work out? This is a next level stratego. And it hasn't worked out for them because they're getting headshot all over the place. But they have a man advantage for the time being. Can they hold on to it? No, Depp is getting wrecked, and they're coming to try and knife him as well. No respect, Dan. That is absolutely, that is liberties, Dan. They're taking absolute liberties. And that's just a massive sign of disrespect, which I don't think is a bad thing. I love it. I'm sure if Lepus was watching, he would be extremely excited right now. But that is saying to them, you have nothing for us. It's like the Joker in Batman, right? In the first one, where he's like, you have nothing to threaten me with. By the way, always good to take a HE or a Molotov to the B area on the pistol round, because you can absolutely wreck if a push comes in. So, I mean, that is next level, Dan. Jump into B, kill someone B, and then run to A, and then get wrecked on A, Dan. That's next level.
Okay, XQ comes into the B site. We'll see. Well, it's not much of XQ, just a few smokes there. So it's a bit of a set piece from them, set smokes. And so far, they've got one frag. What else can they get? Can they get the bomb down? Ooh, no, bomb is denied. So that is quite nice for the NRG side. So it's definitely a grim situation, considering all that pre-game, considering everything that we have witnessed on train. This could be a fast one if NRG are to perpetuate the momentum on the economy and on the frags. Just generally speaking, it's probably going to be pretty easy NRG cleanup. That's what is expected at this rate. Complexity are going to have to show us something completely new that we haven't seen so far in this series to prove otherwise. And they're going to walk apps, the 8 apps, to Palace. Now, looks like they're. Looks like the positioning is quite good for Legia there. He's going to get a nice spray down. 2 players are going to immediately be taken down. But there are some good trades coming in here from Complexity. They're making this a little bit expensive, maybe way more expensive, in fact, than it actually should be. And in reality, you know, they're going to end up killing 3 players, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, but it is. We'll have to see if it's enough. Now, the rebuys will come in, and Complexity will be able to field an AWP. And the AWP was a weapon they couldn't really get going on train. So I hope that I hope that they can understand how to use it on T side of Mirage. It's not the easiest thing, T side of Mirage.
No, it's not, and we'll see if they have anything to offer at the moment. Playing passive towards mid are the Complexity side for the time being. There is one person moving over towards the A bomb site, and perhaps we'll see him moving underpass. That's a nice flash for Legia to try and get some work in. That nade will do a bit of damage, and again a flash. So the T's don't really have anything to do at the moment. Sanctus is going to win his duel, but he was lucky to get away with that. So down to 4 versus 4. Where are the Complexity players going to go? You can see there's still 2 top mid. Wondering what's going on there. Whitmer's going to be playing for picks over towards the B bomb site with the AWP, it seems. And Complexity still have a look over towards A. Is he going to go and join them towards B, because it seems the bomb is headed that way, and Silent will take Whitmer down for free. So again, NRG, they're not giving Complexity an inch. They don't seem to have any respect for them, and it's working out for them. It's giving them loads of benefits.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. This could be salvation. Most players are towards A here for NRG on this defense, so if they can get that fast pick, it could work out. But what I do like is that we see the fast retreat there from Silent initially. And, ooh, he's going to go back though, and he's going to catch the bomber, and the bomber's still in the apps. And, you know, forget that, he's going to take down the support player until everyone's now just finished off. And that's so unfortunate there, that play, there was an idea, but Silent completely shut it down, which is unfortunate for Complexity in the extreme. And now they're going to go for another, I mean, they could close it up a little bit and get a few pistols, maybe a couple of Kevlars in there. But this should be somewhat of a nothing round if we get these two AWPs rolling in from the NRG side. Because, you know, what do you want to try to deny the AWPs? You want to get lots of smokes and flashes. There are a couple smokes, but you can look at the distances that are being defended from on NRG. So we should see a plant from Complexity, but then they should all get crushed. That's how this round probably should go, due to the weapon advantage. Let's see if Complexity can do something extra though. There's a nice Deagle shot from Surreal. The trades are coming in though, the sprays are coming in from Legia. He's holding down the ticket area. Death goes in, gets taken down immediately with that Deagle. So, oh, there were some opportunities there for damage and the bomb plant, but neither really amounted in the end. And that's the 5-0.
So the T side are back on the buy. We'll see what the default is. They picked up a bunch of Molotovs actually, which is good. The Molotovs should be prioritized over the HEs for the most part. Double AWPs coming out for the CTs now. Let's see where Peter and Silent are going. You could have one covering B. I think Silent was playing B in a previous round. Oh, Peter almost hitting the mark there. Got to be careful about the T's pushing the smoke, and that's exactly what they're doing. Silent's on short now. We'll see what he can do. Sanks is going to get taken down by Legia. But short is in the hands of the T, so they can go for a fast B split now. There's only one player on B at the moment. Legia still holding down short. Depth comes to look for the flank. He will find the flank and get killed by it as well. Man advantage for the CTs. Oh, God, B just not getting the spray. Maybe pulling down a little bit too much. I don't know, but there's a man advantage now for the T's, but Shinobi's only got 1 HP. Could be enough. All he requires is a headshot. All the nades, almost all the nades being deployed for Complexity. Still got another Molotov in the bag, so we'll see if NRG can keep the clean sheet here. Surreal is completely blind. Out comes Justin. Down he goes. Shinobi still has 1 HP. Could be a factor here. Just left with Shinobi now. Molotov onto the bomb, and there's no kit. Justin taking that Molotov damage. Everybody's tagged. One person needs to take him down here. The smoke comes in. The defuse is attempted, and Legia's going to find the angle there. The defuse should come in for Justin. 2 men surviving. Can they pick up an AWP? 6-0 NRG.
Gutted, right? I mean, there are a couple rounds like that as well on the train, where
on the actual train. Which train then?
Well, we saw Complexity almost get it over the line and almost start something, but it feels again as though NRG they're just on point right now, and Complexity just cannot get anything going. Another buy though for them due to the fact that they had the combined loss bonus and the bonus of the bomb going down, being planted in the previous round. And will we get an aggression in the B apps here? There are 2 players there for the CT side, NRG, but they are just going to go for the quick boost, which is nice. And that's going to give you an advantage on either not being seen, or if you have an AWP there, you can get boosted, and it gives you the fastest possible timing to get the angle there. You can beat the T actually. So far, NRG are waiting for Complexity to do something, and they are going to try to execute this push in towards middle with a few players, including the bomber as well. Is Peter going to drop down? I feel like if someone's there to pop flash him, he might just go for that aggressive AWP play. But he's holding his role so far. He's just going to chill outside connector, wait for the T's to try to come to him. And he's got to look 2 directions right now. If they push him from Palace, hey, well, okay, it's not going to matter at all. He's going to go down straight away. Sanks gets the pick, and maybe Complexity have something going in their favor finally.
Yeah, I mean, Sanks got the pick. Well, I'll come back to it in a second. The trades are coming over on the A site. We've got rotations down to a 2 versus 2 now, but somebody needs to plant the bomb. Whitmer's got the angle, which could finally win them the round. It's down to 1 versus 1. They're going to run out wide, but Whitmer will find the frag for him. But still, it's still sloppy from Complexity. Like, there are 3 players in mid, and nobody flashes for Sanks to peek into connector. He just goes for the pick. So, again, Complexity playing very simple Counter-Strike. They get their first round on the board, but they're going to need to do more than this in terms of team play if they want to get more rounds on their T side. Because again, if there are 3 there mid and nobody can flash, to put a flash into connector, then I don't know what the coach is looking at.
A kaleidoscope, maybe, James.
Coach is looking at a kaleidoscope. And he's got Strat Roulette open in tab number 2. Peter and Silent with AWPs again. So Peter's in CPL. So when that smoke goes down, last time Peter was in Connector, you can look underneath it from Connector and try and get a quick pick. Gob B putting in work, good assistance. Again, that's a really painful smoke because you can run down the side of it to short, put a second smoke in, which was what Complexity attempted the first time. Come back to that a bit later. Whitmer, Surreal is going to get taken down and Depth will trade. Man advantage for the CTs. Just a bit of aiming going on there. And still, Complexity are at a disadvantage. There's only one player. Oh my, what is that, Peter?
Are you for real? Looks like he's pretty for real, James. He's been real this entire series.
You could say, or Sforan would say something like, he's so real, Dan, that he's surreal. Because he sees Surreal's on the other side.
That doesn't work though, because Surreal's he's getting wrecked right now, and Peter's wrecking everyone. How does it work, James? Please explain this.
Ignore the score at the top. I believe one of the admins just changed the sides of the teams on the HUD. So when Complexity win a round, if they win a round, then the score will correct itself. But if we press tab, then you should see the correct score.
It's okay. Oh, it's time for a bloodbath. This is like watching, well, it's like rewatching 300. I was going to say that, but actually, NRG are losing a couple players here, so it's not looking quite so dominant. Maybe I should rewatch 300. That movie is pretty fun.
What is he doing? Have you watched it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I mean, rewatch it.
I think I watched the second one and it was rubbish.
It's just.
I want to say it was
kind of more of the same, basically.
There you go. The score's been fixed now, 8-1 for NRG. So what do you have to offer us on Mirage Complexity? This is your pick. T-sides have always, like last year, most of last year in North America, T-sides were quite lacking. On Mirage specifically, we didn't really see proper use of Connector on the T-side, for example, in comparison to how you might see it on in Europe. And yeah, not much to say at the moment. 4 people over towards B for Complexity, and for some reason no one's in the site. I guess the CTs are happy to play retake and not give up any guns in case they go for the rush. So Silent's gone down, but I don't know if the UTs are going to be able to pick up his gun. You can see Sanks is desperate for it. If that, I was going to say, if that HE drops, it might force the gun away. And I think that's what Godby actually... No, it's still there. Never mind. Well, at least the CTs have got a bomb plant and a 3 versus 1 now. I don't think the money is a terrible concern for the CTs at this point. So another round in the bag there.
There's actually a line from 300 from the narrator, which is almost apt, but it's not quite. And
What's it called? Thank you for watching.
No, I don't want to say this. So, but it's quite cool. It's actually quite a cool line. It's brave amateurs. They do their part, which is quite cool, right? So yeah. I almost think of that when you have. I guess if you really want to like nail that line in a cast, what you'd have to do is have like one of those rounds where there's a guy who's got an AWP and the rest of his teammates just have Tech-line armor or something, and they all get wrecked, and he's in there in the back. He's like, brave amateurs, they do their part, and they wrecks everyone because they distract them and get savagely destroyed by the rifles. But anyway, we do have the 9-1 scoreline. As you can see, it has been updated, and order has been restored to the world, but perhaps not Complexity's world, because they are struggling to put these rounds on the board. But you can see that they're trying to do the right things. They're trying to take over middle right now, and they're trying to then perhaps build one person, get him in that connector room.
Well, they've left Depth.
Your name ends with Bardolph. We have discovered. Thank you, Twitter user. We didn't see that, but it means that James doesn't know how to say his own name, basically.
Maybe I don't know how to say it, Dan. At 1:30 in the morning, they left Def on chair. Perhaps to kill the rotation here and push the site. Actually, this is reasonable. Let's see if it's going to work out for him, though. A 3-man funnel from lower A. There are 3 CTs on the site just waiting for them to come in. Justin's in ninja spot. He won't be seen until the T's get to connector. Again, great pop flashes. It's been the story of this map, actually. Just pop counter flashes from the CTs and absolute wreckage afterwards. Sanks is alone now versus 3. He's blind again. The team play from NRG is outshining Complexity at the moment. It's eclipsing them, you could say.
Yeah, and it's actually very cool as well, because generally speaking, if you have a strong tactical leader, of course, there has been some focus, on Existence recently, obviously due to the fact that he's left he's no longer part of the G2 lineup, and his impact in the game. And one of the things that he is very good at is being a strong tactical leader, and that's kind of some order that you can bring to a team to create like heavy tactical awareness, and everyone then is going to start nailing pop flashes for each other. That's like one of those things that will just start to happen in more and more. But we're going to see the push coming out. It's a bit of a contact play from Complexity. They just walk out onto the bomb site, looking for the picks. You can see the counter grenades are still yet doing damage still. We have one player burned down. Silent with that sweet angle, long range, I believe, from all the way from short. And he's been smoked off after 2 people have died. And now he's made his way back to connector. He wants to get close with the AWP now. Sanks is going to go in for the frag. He does have a flash with it, but Silent's going to pick up the next kill as well. And this is the thing about this lineup. Legia's been doing great. I mean, you can see Legia's on 19 frags. He has not just been doing great. He's been doing phenomenally on the A defenses. Just with the rifle plays, he's been doing great. But Silent, usually maybe you would think about Peter as the AWPer, but Silent's been really consistent too. I mean, okay, Peter was the guy that was shining on the first map. But Silent had his moments there, and he's continuing to, when he gets the opportunities on this map, he nails them as well. So it's not as if there's a single player really from NRG that's underperforming. Everyone, when there is a task that they're set upon them, they rise to the occasion so far. So individually across the board, NRG look great. And
well, I mean, the good thing about NRG is that they're not trying to overcomplicate things. The Counter-Strike they're playing is extremely simple. Complexity are playing for picks, and NRG are blinding Complexity and then shooting them in the face. It's that simple. It's like, okay, you guys want to run around and try and aim us. We're just going to flash you and then kill you. It's that. That's what's going on here. It's that simple. It's that simple. So we have a tactical pause, I'm assuming, coming in from Complexity. Would be good to have confirmation on that. It is indeed a tactical pause. So let's see what tactics they can provide. I mean, we've seen one common strat on mid where you put the smoke down top mid to get to boxes, and then you put the deeper smoke down to try and blast your way into short, basically. But that didn't really work out for them because, again, later on they just got flashbanged. They were all over the place.
I mean, the thing is that if you take mid control, just like take the ladder room, you smoke window and you take connector, then what you do by that is also push the CTs into a much more passive defense, and there's plays that you can build from that. But it looks like they might do what you're talking about, at least a fast push on short, and Legia is there. The spray is phenomenal. 3 players dead, and that's the round over. If they had a plan, the plan has been ripped asunder.
That's why you put a smoke down just to the right of where Silent's aiming, to the right of where the bomb is. So if there is a player, if you're going to try and rush B from short, you put a smoke down there so the CTs can't see you through connector. Yeah, they can try and spray you down through it, but either you smoke connector or you smoke that part of short. That's what that second smoke is partly for. I mean, there's two variations. Like, one is to stop people holding an angle within CPL, because you can hold a very off angle in CPL or people running past. Or you get another smoke and put it there to stop that from happening. But you have no smoke there, you're going to get wrecked, especially when you've given up an AK in the previous round.
We have a third sniper. It's the auto sniper from Justin now, and he's likely. Where is he? Oh, okay, yeah, he's likely. I was going to say he's likely on ticket. This is the most common position on this map with the auto sniper, but it's good everywhere really. And Silent might have a big round here. He has been fairly consistent. He is getting aggressive. He is definitely vulnerable to multiple angles. He's going to catch the person boosting up through the window, and great game sense there, turning just in a timely fashion to pick up the second kill, clearing out underpass. He looked very comfortable despite being in a spot where he was open to a multitude of angles, and he is going to be getting up to 14 frags. Legia's still there with 24 though. Legia's having these like beast plays, these beast spray downs that have just been closing rounds out. Whenever Legia frags in a round, it's basically a round that NRG have absolutely won. And you may have complained a little bit about the smokes. Oh my god.
Ciao.
That's pretty brutal. Now he's just going to play deathmatch, just running up mid, boom, another frag. But it does. I mean, as you said, like the smoke placement could definitely have been more optimal for their short play. After the tactical pause, that was clearly what they decided to do. But it does also just tell you that they're not prepared because maybe they're a little bit out of their comfort zone. They have to improvise. And when you're doing that, it's not always going to be the case that you're going to have the right smokes or a play that's been tested. So Def, is he going to be able to show some magic here just to get some frag, get some dignity back? Or did he lose that long ago? Well, we'll have to see. Sang's also trying to recover the bomb here. The CTs are just all over the place right now. And they're really in this position where they can just play that no-respect game style. And that is very annoying to play against, especially if you've lost your confidence in your ability to frag. Them playing guys that start rushing you, and it feels like they're, I mean, they are definitely playing incorrect Counter-Strike from one perspective, but from the perspective that you guys are all up in your head and you can't hit your shots, they're playing the perfect Counter-Strike because they're just going to frustrate you even more. So yeah, NRG with an even more decisive second map than I predicted.
I more or less expected this, to be honest, because I mean, yes, Complexity appear to have lost their star player Roka, but you know, as far as I know, recently they've only changed out one player, which is which player is it again? Surreal, right? So, well, let's see what happens in the pistol, and we can talk about it afterwards. But yeah, there are definitely some talking points here. So 2 players down for Complexity, losing the duel versus a Glock in mid. That's not very common. Shinobi is just putting in work for his team, running out bullets, and still hasn't been traded. And that's the bomb as well. Peter's gonna go down surely. Ah, Shinobi's surely won the round for his team. Not over yet though. Silent could get himself 2 1v1s. I've never seen a 5-7 do so much damage in a pistol round in my entire life.
Here we go. Silent. He's going to be getting in there. But that bomb, man, it's going to be a bit of a mission to get in to recover it from the apartments. This is going to be fun. You got Surreal first man. You got Shinobi. You might, if Shinobi gets a good peak timing, Silent is done. Oh, but he's going to get a 1 versus 1. That is indeed where things can get quite scary. But
well, they were set up for the trade. Like as soon as he is firing, he's peeking for double peak there. So Complexity with a, I don't want to say a stroke of luck because the dude was on his own and just wrecked everyone with a 5-7. But they were 2 men down, and then all of a sudden, it was some next level national tragedy there to get Complexity their second round. So they've gone for a very fast play from B into mid. Obviously, they would have heard if there was a rush towards B because you get a good warning if it's like a rush B, no stop. But if it was a contact play, then they would not have seen anybody, and then they would have to play retake. But NRG are going to play slowly. They haven't really bought much, just pistols, no armor. Bomb left in T spawn, so it seems it's NRG's turn to play for Pixel. Although they were actually setting up for a bit of a Blee split, but they're all playing in isolation. One player up A, one player lower A. And now Leggy is alone. Dead now, of course.
Is he alone? Perhaps in a cold and cruel world.
Cold, cruel world where there's nothing but dry, old...
Apricots?
No, I was going to say chips, but this is American audience, right? What do they call chips? Fries.
Apricots.
Dried old fries and, I don't know, say something barren and horrible. Tangerines? We can do tangerines. Rotten tangerines, that's fine.
Rusty tangerine.
Rotten, not rusty.
Oh, okay, I was going to say. All right. Well, it does look like NRG are going to be trying to get themselves in on this B-bomb side, but this could either go very well or very horribly for Surreal, who is playing close. He does have some support in there as well. So obviously, you know, they are completely giving up mid and trying to play it very safe by having 2 guys on the B apps. Surreal is in such a sick position, man. This could be some frag maybe stuff. Here goes the spray. 2 players, there's the third. The bomb is now on the couch. C4 is on the armchair. And Whitmer will finish off Peter to close out the round. So it's somewhat of a, you know, just I mean, they win the pistol round, clean up 2 eco rounds, 1 force buy, and then 1 eco round, and then here we go. This is going to be the interesting one. Can Complexity survive actual buy rounds from NRG? Because they could not on the first map. They couldn't survive them at all. Because there's always going to be a chance in Counter-Strike. That is why it is Counter-Strike. But these double AWPs must pay off, and boom, there it is. First pick going the way of Complexity. Nicely done. Sanks is trying to hold down Connector, but he has no idea that someone's passed him and he's going to get completely wrecked. And now his teammates on the A bomb site, in fact, actually, they're playing very passively there. They will be in danger too. And all of a sudden, just like that, snap of the fingers, NRG have the entire map almost. They could go to either bomb site. They're going to choose the A bomb site. We see the bomb rotating through T-spawn into slope, where Def currently has a free range of a vision there. He is going to have a tighter angle towards the connector, towards the sandwich position, and triple. Oh, he's going to miss the first player. They're going to cross again, and Def will finally shoot. This is not a good look. If Def can't connect one of these shots, he really needs to eliminate some of these numbers right now, because both players for the CT side are at the ticket area, and one of them will go down. Justin will be delivering death. Nice little frag from Def. Did not mean to do that, but 1 versus 3 here. Def looking to survive even, and he will not be able to accomplish such a feat. NRG, you know, when they want to just explode onto a bomb site, it just happens with these rifles. And we get the 15-4. They are on match point now. Legia trying to hit that 30 bomb. He needs one more. So guys, please wait until you spawn, so I can just run out there and get that 30 bomb.
3 rifles on the CT side for Complexity, Sanks and Whitmer, with mere pistols. Are we going to see some aggression from Complexity? We're going to see some aggression from NRG, that's for sure. 4 Ts at top mid, and Dep's going to get taken out with actually the big response from Shinobi, almost getting a third, but 2 will do, down to a 3 versus 3, and only one of these 3 CTs has a rifle, and those guns are unretrievable for the team. Surreal has to look behind him and in front of him, so he's got all kinds of problems going on, as does the rest of his side. We've got Sanks moving close to Connector, where he can potentially get good use of that 5-7. And again, we'll see. This time it's Justin who's going to face Connector. And you can see Legia's got 2 flashbangs, but doesn't want to throw one for his teammate. So NRG making the same mistakes that Complexity are with regards to the Connector area. And again, Sanks' position is pretty strong. He should hear some sound cues and give his teammates some warnings. Looks like Surreal is getting ready to show response. And there it is. Peter gets taken down as well. So even with 3 people left, NRG could have approached that a little bit better.
Well, they're just going to full buy. They absolutely don't have to do this. They could just play only full buys. NRG, like, for example, not just only full buys, but they could play, because the weaponry will not be effective from Complexity. They know that. So they could just play a Glock Eco, just die. Just go and die, and then immediately play a full buy, just to maximize your buy rounds and just close it out more quickly. But, you know, it is CSGO, and a lot of teams do feel confident that they can still close rounds with a terrible bite. So we'll see what they can do with it. And there's the first pick, leaving the pressure onto Whitman. Whitman's got to connect shots here, and he does get backstabbed by Godby. The timing was pretty good there. Godby's going to pick himself up an AWP. Maybe he'll get it over to Peter. We'll have to see if he's going to just play with that and hold angles. He is holding the angle towards short for his team. 2 players from shop here from Complexity trying to scramble to save the chances on this second map. But it is looking quite bad at this point. Just Sanks left with 6 HP. He is done. And that is going to be another fast one. It was 16-6, and then it was 16-5. NRG, this was all about NRG.
Well, this could have easily been a 16-1, to be honest. So I'm going to just go... I'm going to consider the match with that score. Because, again, that was a big individual performance with the 5-7 to stop that from happening. But I feel like, you know, it probably should have gone that way. So Complexity with basically nothing to offer on either side. I mean, but again, like it's not even just Complexity. There's a lot of plays, it seems, on Mirage. Like we saw CLG at the major as well. They played Mirage and Cash against Gambit, right? And that was like some of the worst CS overall from both sides. You could argue that I've casted live, for example. But there's just so many mistakes. Like they don't flash for each other or anything, just playing for picks. Basically, you know, I don't know what they had to offer on their T side there. So there's not really much to say apart from great play from NRG. I mean, they did all they needed to do on their CT side, which was counter flash and kill. It was very simple counter strike, didn't overcomplicate it, and it worked to great effect. So they got off to a very good start in the league, 2-0 for them. So we're going to have a little bit of a break actually, because I believe the next match is starting in an hour and 10 minutes. So you've got some time to get a food, make some popcorn. We will be back with match 2 a bit later on. See you then. Almost.